Hey, welcome back to our first Blender tutorial on how to make your own models in Blender. So in this multi-part course, I'm going to be teaching you how to make different models and how to make them very simply with very short tutorials. The first one is going to be a bit long because it's going to be mostly introductions, but by the end of this small series, you'll be able to make anything that you want with Blender, or anything that is possible at your current level, right? I mean, we're going to be making a simple house. We're going to be creating a simple kitchen scene in Blender. It's going to be pretty simple, not going to lie, since it's a beginner course. And yeah, hope you enjoy the tutorials and let's get started. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to learn is we are going to learn how to move our scene. So as you can see that I'm inside of Blender right now. If I press my middle mouse button, you can see also on the right side of my screen that there is an indicator showing what I'm doing. If I press my keys, you can also see everything that I'm doing, right? So if I press the middle mouse button and just move my mouse, you can see that my scene view is also moving as well. I can also scroll up to zoom in and scroll down to zoom out. I can press shift and click my middle mouse button to pan the view. Pan the view, and using that I can basically hover around my scene to be able to focus on certain objects and certain aspects of my scene. The next thing that we're gonna do is we are going to learn about the objects. So inside our scene, if I move my camera a little bit, so let's now see what we have in our scene. So we have a camera, we have a light, and we have a cube. So by default, Blender will open up with these pre-added to our scene. We can select using the left click, and we can press X or delete to delete the objects, right? So let's delete our light and let's delete our cube. So now we learn how to delete and how to move our scene and do a lot of things. Let's learn about how to add them as well. So let's learn about how to create objects. Now that we have deleted our objects, let's learn to create them. So there are actually two methods and both of them are easy, right? The first method is pressing shift plus A, and we can see that there are a lot of menus here, right? So if I go to my mesh, and you can see another menu pop up, and for now these things won't really show up in your menu, right? So I have to install a few extra add-ons for it, but the main thing that you need to know about is these, right? These things, these objects. So let's add our monkey. This is his name is Suzanne, by the way. So we have added our monkey in the scene. And another way that you can add, if we delete our Suzanne, goodbye there, and to add Suzanne, you first need to go to objects, add, mesh, and voila, you have all the menus back here again. You can go to mesh and monkey. Oh, I did. So we have added, and I added our character, I guess you can say, using two different methods. I personally use shift plus A to create my objects, but you can also go to add and then do the same as well. So now we know how to add our objects. Let's learn how to actually move them. So first thing first, you can see on the left side that there are a lot of options, you can say, right? There are some arrows, some rotating things. We're gonna learn about them right now. So let's click the first one. This tool, if you hover over it, is called move. Now nothing appears to be happening in the scene. That's because we haven't selected anything. So let's select our monkey, or Suzanne in this case, and you can see there are three arrows here. So this is our grid that we are moving our object in. This green one is the y-axis, the red one is the x, and the blue one that we can't see but is the z-axis. You can remember it by this. The blue one is the z, this is the up, this is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. So let's click the the x-axis, and we can see that we have the ability to move Suzanne wherever we want. We can also press in the center, be able to move him wherever we want, right? And using this, we can position him however we want. So now let's add a few more objects. Let's add a few more monkeys. Oh, sorry, Suzanne. I keep forgetting his name. So now that we know about what to do, let's add a few more objects in the scene. So let's go to add mesh. Let's add a cube. Let's press shift plus A. Let's add what can we do? Let's add an icosphere. Move it a little bit here. Let me bring back Suzanne real quick. And so yeah, we have our objects. Now what we have to do, or now what we have to learn, is about the rotate and the scale. These are also very vital tools to be able to create and manipulate objects, right? So the rotate tool, you can see that there are also some green signs and some red, right? These are the rotating axes. So we can rotate it like this by pressing the green. We can rotate it face forward. We can smash him on the ground real quick. We can also make him lay down. And if we press the center, we can move him in every axis or every direction very freely. So yes, and we can also use the scale. So the third one is the scale, and you can use this power to scale him however you want. He looks like he's in agony, not gonna lie, but we don't care about him. So, but let's say we do care about him and we don't want him to be in this agony. So how do we like undo our mistakes? Well, we do the good old Control Z to undo everything that we did real quick and bring him back to this position that he was. Now the last one is like the mashup of all the powers that we had previously. You can see the move icon, you can see the scale icon, you can also see the rotate icon. So it's like an all-in-one tool if you want to use that as well. So yeah, this is kind of the basics of what you have to know in order to get started. We obviously have a lot of things to cover, but this is the bare minimum that we need to know to be able to make something. With that, hope you have a great day and goodbye. Hey there, hope you liked the video. If you did, then please do drop a like and subscribe, as it would really motivate me a lot on creating better Blender content. I'm also trying to create a series, and this is part 1 of that series for beginner Blender users by making the tutorials as simple as possible. And if you have any suggestions, please do drop it on the comment section. And yeah, with that, hope you have a great day.